When you hear like 10 days in the hospital, you spend 5 of those days thinking you have blood cancer. Sounds pretty bleak. But every single day there was silliness and there was joy.
Oh yeah, it's either
And it's so interesting because I think when you go through this, you predict and you hope that like your circle of people you know and love will show up for you, and mine totally did. But then there was also this new circle of people that I now know and love who work at the med center, who showed up for me in so many ways. So Jean was the first nurse that we interacted with when I was taken in.
She needed a lumbar puncture to test her spinal fluid, to see what was in her spinal fluid.
And that was something I was really nervous about because I'd never done anything like that. And she sat next to me and held my hand and like stroked my hair.
Knowing that she was by herself, you know, in my kid's age range, I just did what I do and became a mom to this little girl. Mothering, that's all I did, and nursed.
I first met Sydney on this floor. It was the one LNA shift I work a week. Her and her mom, all I got was just kindness and positivity. It was almost like just chatting with a friend.
She really made a huge impact on me as a nurse and as a person. She radiates sunshine.
I loved Tova. She was so much fun. We just would talk about just like pop culture and just things that we were into. And she would be doing like exams and we would be singing High School Musical. Tiffany, we met pretty early on in my stay during a time that my mom and I called morning sads, and was such a just like ray of light.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer last year, so we talked a lot about the process of what that looks like.
She told me about her experience getting a biopsy.
See, she and I have matching armpit scars.
She told me about her experience with chemo and radiation.
We talked about losing our hair.
And she just showed up in so many ways. Like, it was incredible. She's a person I will never forget.
When I first became an LNA, one nurse mentioned this thing to me about how it takes courage to be kind, especially in difficult situations. She very much reminds me of that quote.
So Maggie, it was kind of amazing. I saw her in both of my rooms. I met her again when she was working with Megan in my second room. And they were just wonderful. They were both so knowledgeable and so thoughtful. The whole group, I would say, thank you. And like, I love you, genuinely. Like, I have a love for them and so much gratitude. Like, they saved me. They made the experience for myself and my family so much more survivable emotionally.